Hey everybody, Tammi C Walker, the owner of Dreams Are a Reality. Oh yes, I created this channel to provide light and love. How you all doing? I'm doing very well, doing good. I think I'm in week 3 maybe of having my own business full time. It's going great, it's busy, and I joined this amazing networking group of other entrepreneurs. So if you are a business owner, you definitely want to surround yourself with other like-minded people. I've noticed I've been attending a meeting, maybe this might be my 4th week, and I just noticed that I feel so inspired because I'm with others that are, way further in it, running their business, but I'm drawing inspiration from them, and it's keeping me accountable weekly. People say they want to have a business, but we don't think about the tax liabilities. You have to have malpractice insurance, setting up your office, keeping over your clients, keeping good quality care for whatever your business is. It's a lot, you all. It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. So I don't discourage people from starting their own business. I just want to always be honest that it's a lot. But it feels so good at the same time. But what's not a lot that's worth having, even with marriage and keeping your health up, etc., etc. Today I want to talk about how to bounce back after a setback. You hear me? Bouncing back after a setback. When things happen to us, sometimes it's our tendency to want to crumble, or we just give up, throw in the towel. And I always use examples. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. Thank you all. Thank you, new subscribers. You all be loving my shorts. I appreciate the love. I really do. Thank you, Hustlers. That's my #1 fan. Hustlers always supports me, and I really appreciate you so much. And I do want to apologize, everybody. I haven't had any time to go to my different people's channels. I've been very busy. I know it sounds so cliche, but just trying to really get everything going. I'm moving from one office to the next, and I have an influx of new clients. So I'm really busy, but I'll get back around to my different people's channels. Thank you all. Alrighty, so bouncing back after a setback. One thing that I do, and this article even led to that, I write it out. So let me just go here first. You go to work, it's a Friday, and you get that pink slip. They blindsided you. You didn't even know you were going to get laid off. What is the first thing that probably rolls through your mind? So sometimes a layoff is not the end of the world for some people that have saved for a rainy day. They have their 3 to 6 months savings. And so that used to really annoy me. Like, you have 3 months savings, have 6 months. Be like, yeah. They don't understand. People are check to check. But now I see how crucial that really is to have that money saved in some type of way. Even if it's 2 months, something's better than 0. Because if you do get unemployment, I know you all already know, it's just a fraction of what you bring home. And I always feel like unemployment is tedious to get through. Now it's online, that makes it better, but I think it's like a 3-week wait before you even get your first check. Some red tape, so you don't want to depend on that. Definitely don't. Be careful. People think it's a year unemployment. I think it might be 6 months, and it's, they'll just cut you off. So make sure you follow how much you have in your bank verbatim, because when you get to the end, they just cut you off. You think you're getting a check, you won't get a check. So this has happened to a couple of people that I know. But as soon as you get that job loss, some people freak out. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm not going to make it. First, you need to try to relax and calm down. And I know people hate to hear that when they're upset. Calm down. It kind of makes people more upset. But on the real, you do. And the reason why I say that is because you can think clearer when you are calmer. If you think out of a, anxiety provoking mind, you're going to make a bad decision. Once the shock wears off, say this happens on a Friday, you're coming home and you can decompress and really think about, okay, I'm without income. I'm without a job. Let's go over a few things. Do you have that savings? 3 to 6 months, maybe 2 months. Also, did they offer a severance? You've been there 7 years. They're going to give you 7 weeks of pay or 7 months of pay. Would do it be that good? Or maybe, I don't even know. Let's just say they give you 3 to 4 months of pay. Well, that is really good. So it's Friday. Maybe you can just sit on this for a couple of days. And by Monday morning, now me personally, Saturday morning, honestly, that same day, I'm sending out resumes that same day, and I'm filing for my unemployment immediately, as soon as I can. But I'm very proactive, and this is how I feel. Things may happen to me. How am I going to respond? This happened to me. Okay, it did. It was bad. It was unfair. How am I going to respond? That is my going thing. Recently, I was scared with a possible cancer scare. And I'm not going to lie to you, I freaked out. Because I've been through that twice. I had to go through radiation, surgeries, all that stuff, bald. And it's a year-long process, if not more. And as a cancer survivor, I don't want to keep getting cancer because that's very concerning. So I kind of freaked out, and I had to really talk to my 2 sisters. And my younger sister, she's not going to say much. She's more quiet and not very verbal if you're having a crisis. She's just more laid back and a quiet, chill person. Plus, she's my younger sister. But my older sister, she knew exactly what to say. But it didn't matter if my younger sister didn't. Just having both of them is such a blessing. But my younger sister talked me off the ledge. I mean, my older sister talked me off the ledge. And, I was able to process it. I'm so sorry. I'll be trying to turn this off and things still be ringing. Ugh, so sorry. But anyway, I didn't have it, and all is well. But I freaked out. But after I freaked out, I was like, it's nothing you could do but follow the steps that they told me to do. And I showed up for the appointment and got the biopsy. Of course, my older sister took me. Everything was great. Everything was great. So, and God is good to me. So, yeah. But you do want to go to the solution. As with this job loss, what do I need to do next? Do I have this money saved? Can I file unemployment? And I need to hit it again. And sometimes we look at job losses as a negative, which it could be, but it could be a positive. Say you hated your job. What if you make under where you're supposed to make, or you should make more? This is your chance to do that. We don't ask for amounts. We don't say give me 82,000. We say give me 85,000 through 115,000. We do ranges on Dreams Are Reality because that's going to get you what you want. If you say 85,000 through 115,000, they may give you 110. It's better than where you probably were. Use that job loss as a step up for you, and don't always look at it as a deficit. I know people are scared to break up with people. They feel like that's a negative thing. But sometimes we're holding on to nothing. Sometimes we're holding on to years. Oh, I've been with them for 14 years. Are you happy? Are they happy? Are they adding value to your life? Are you adding to them? Are you stressed out? Are you overcompensating? Are you doing 100%? They're doing -10. It's such an imbalance with some of these relationships that I don't see why people are holding on to people. And, that's a whole video. I've been talking about relationship stuff a lot because I see a lot and I hear a lot. And we put too much emphasis on it when you got to emphasize yourself. You must put the emphasis on you, and the relationship will be added. It's not your man's responsibility or your husband's responsibility to make you happy. No one can do that for you. Happiness is an inside job. Husband, it's not your wife's or your girlfriend's responsibility to make you happy. Happiness is the inside job. Yes, we should be adding to our partner's happiness, and being respectful and kind is a part of it. But stuff is going to happen. Job losses are going to happen. Somebody's going to get sick. A lot goes on in this life. Possibly somebody gets sick, a loved one. It's a lot that goes on. It's not kissy face, all good. It's a life. And life, as we say now, life be life. And what are you going to do when they come for you? Because something's going to happen in everyone's life. I got to watch the time. Got a client. I do agree with this. Set aside 15 minutes a day and write about the event and how it made you feel. Like when people do have a job loss and it's sudden. Well, most job losses are, unless you knew about it in advance that they were doing a layoff. Write about it. How did it make you feel? And what really hurts people if they put a lot of years into a company and they blindside them. They come to work and it's a sign on the door. And it's how people do stuff. It's just so cold. But we must remember at these jobs, we are a number. I don't care how much they tell you you're so great. I don't care about, the market has been stable or this is stable. The bottom line is if they need your salary, they are going to let you go. You could be the CEO all the way down. They are going to take your salary. Okay? CPS just did it here. Chicago Public School System just did a big layoff. We need these teachers. I write every day. I write in my journal. I don't write a lot of bad stuff, but I do write what's going on. So lately my journal's been filled with anxiety, writing about how busy I've been with doing my business full time and how, it's been a bit anxiety provoking for me. So I've been writing about that, but also writing down my gratitude and other great things that have been happening. It's been a lot of good things happening over the last few weeks for me. So I've been writing that down. If you have a job loss, if you're going through a breakup, if you're suffering from grief, you do want to get that support. That's half the battle. A lot of times with the jobs, they will offer this as a benefit with the layoff. They'll say, we have someone you can talk to. Take advantage of that. And use that layoff as a stepping stone to either get you into a new career, get you more money, and get you some rest. If you have that 3 to 6 months savings and have some good interviews going, you could take a little small vacation if you can. And it's something that's not going to break the bank, but just to get away and decompress. Camping trips or three-day trips somewhere. Just to get away, visit a relative. That tends to be a little less money. Write down the problem involved. Write it down in your journal. Write it down on a piece of paper. List as many solutions. I always have a plan A, B, C, D. Like I just told you, I'm doing my practice full time. God forbid this don't work. I just got a text last week looking for a social worker in Evanston, $40 an hour. So I know at the end of the day, I can always do contract work. At the end of the day, I can apply at a hospital. I can teach. I have a master's degree. So I have a lot of options. And I'm always thinking A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now for Illinois, is good and bad, I guess you could say. We have a lot of clients that need help. So social workers, counselors, therapists, we are very busy. So there is no shortage right now. Clients are coming to me left and right. So I'm very blessed, but it also means people are really dealing with a lot of mental health issues. And we know that's stemming from the political climate, personal things. It's a lot that goes on. Look at your list after you write it down. What are the pros and cons? And really analyze that list. Don't always focus on your problem. Go straight to the solution. And that's what people do. They ruminate and have these same thoughts over and over. Oh, I had this breakup. I'm never going to meet another guy like this. I'm never going to meet another lady like this. We always feel like that. Even I was feeling like that with my last breakup. And I know we match so well. But who's to say it's not another match out there better for me? I'm not in control of him, but I am in control of me. And like I told somebody recently, it'll be him again or somebody new. And that's where I'm at. I just can't keep wasting time wondering what's going to happen. In the meanwhile, I'm getting older and retirement is coming in some years from now for me. I need to focus on what I can control. Sitting up here worried about a man that's not going to pay my rent for August 1st. So that's what motivates me is rent and really preparing for later in life. I focus on that. And in the meanwhile, I spend time with family and friends. I have a dear friend that she lost her mom. And that was our family friend too. We love her mom. So this Saturday, I have to spend time with her and the family. So things be happening. We don't really have a whole lot of time to play around. We really don't. All right, you all. Let me keep it going. Don't get discouraged. If the first solution you wrote down doesn't work, try another one on your list. That's why they always say stay ready, then you don't have to get ready. And if you have a plan A, B, and C, and D, you always ahead of the game. Just like my last job, they did a layoff in 2024. All of us should have had our resume on high alert after that layoff. You don't wait and let them get you again. You always keep your stuff ready. You always stay ready. Always keep your resume handy anyway, at all times, because opportunities come to you when you have a job. So when you're worried about what happened, how realistic is your worry? Is that really true what people say? I'm not going to meet anybody else. And sometimes when you really sit back and think, that relationship wasn't as great as you thought. There were red flags there, but you're so scared to be alone, you're hyping it up. Hype me up, hype me up. Be honest with yourself. I'm going to have to do a whole nother video on like self-esteem, because that's really what it ties into. And if you are ruminating over a job loss or over a relationship loss, or maybe you're having trouble with a child, that has to be bad. That would drive me crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I just had some little bit of just some insight on stuff like that, and oh yeah, it's got to be hard to be a mom or a dad. God bless you all. God bless you all. Think about that problem just a little bit each day, and then turn it loose. This minister said, I worry about a problem for 24 hours, and I turn it loose. He'll get a problem on Monday, he'll worry about it, and by Tuesday, he let it go. And that's such a good strategy. We do have to turn a blind eye sometimes to some of these problems. If you have a job loss, what can you really do? You can get back out there and do your resume and send your resumes out. And this is how I do it, or did it when I had a job loss. I'll do 5 a day. Try. You know, you're not going to be able to do 5 a day. Sometimes you don't even see 5 jobs. But I'll try. I might do like 2 to 5 a day. So by the end of the week, I may have 10, 15 apply. I may have applied for 10 to 15 jobs. Typically, I start getting traction after a few. So stay on it. Then if it gets to the point where you're burnt out or you're not getting responses, pull back for a few days. Then you go back at it. After that, you got to do your exercises, do your walking around outside, spend a little time with friends and family, and keep it moving. It's all you can do. You can only do what you can do. Network. Tell somebody, I'm out of work. I'm out of work. Word of mouth will get you a job quicker than anything. And again, in closing, always get support. You might not be able to talk to everybody about this. Get your closest friends and talk to them about this job loss or breakup. Talk to a therapist or your employee assistant, EAP, employee assistant program. Talk to that person. Typically, you get 6 to 10 free sessions. Even if you get let go, I think some companies still will let that benefit carry on for you, maybe till the end of the month. So you probably could get in like 3 sessions or so. I'm not sure. I'm just speculating. But always get emotional support. Cry is helpful. Crying. Sharing your frustrations or otherwise venting can release tension, it relieves stress, and it helps you to move on. Okay, you all, I gotta go. Ooh, got 5 minutes. I got to go. I got to get out of here. How do you all like what I said? I hope something I said helped. And I just want you to know, regardless of what comes to you, it's always somebody else that has gone through that is going through worse. And you are way stronger than you think. I want you to sit back and think about a time when you went through something really terrible. And did you make it? You're here today. You are here. You are here. That's huge. Let me read this quote. It's your reaction to adversity, not adversity itself, that determines how your life story will develop. Pray up now for those times later. That's one thing about it. If you say your prayers now when things are good, when those bad times come, you have prayers stored up. This is for the believers. Have faith, you all. Have faith. That is half the battle. It really is. It really, really is. Tammi C. Walker signing off. God bless you. God keep you. And have a good day. Drop me comments. Bye.